Hey guys, good morning. It's your girl SeekretD coming to you today with this drop letter response. So the letter I think was titled something like I caught her with my wig and my husband. This letter is a saucy this week, or maybe because I missed the whole week, I'm catching the sauce at the end. But anyway, here we go. This lady writes in, she said that her and her husband, they experiment sexually, right? So they've been married for 6 years, and she said that once the sex started to fizzle, I don't know, maybe they ran out of ideas, they decided that they wanted to try a threesome. So she said once the woman came over, she was playing around with the woman a little bit, and then her husband was like, nah. He was like, he didn't want to do it. So the lady ended up going home, which is very interesting. But anyway, so she said from that, she gathered that she was enough to satisfy her man. So the sex life went back to regular, and, they were fine. Now, her sister ended up having a small house fire around Christmas and moved in with her small daughter. Now, she said that this is now a strain on their marriage and she wants her sister gone. She stressed the fact that it was a small fire, meaning that I guess she didn't have to be there as long as she was, or she could have went back home or something. I don't know. But either way, she wants her out. So she said that her and her sister keeps getting into it and her husband keeps taking her sister's side. And she's like, all right. So she's like, one day her niece tells her that her husband and her mother took a nap on the couch. So she asked her husband what this was about, and he said it was the child's overactive imagination. Why do you always want to try to make it seem like the baby don't know what they're talking about, right? So she's like, all right, whatever. So she said that she felt something was off. So she kept trying to catch them doing something. So she started like leaving work early, trying to catch them doing something, but she would come home and she wouldn't catch nothing, right? Sorry. So she figured that she was gonna just leave them alone. Now, one day she said she went to church and she wasn't feeling good, so she left early. She came home and she said her niece was still asleep. Her sister was on her couch in her pajamas, wearing her blonde wig, and her husband was in the kitchen making mimosas. So, my girl wants to know if she's being paranoid or is her intuition always correct? Ma'am, your open-minded husband is in between your sister's open legs, okay? So here's the thing. A, they too comfortable. B, the baby says she saw them taking a nap. Now, kids might not always know exactly what they see, but they know what they see. So I always hate when people try to dismiss children's ideas or thoughts, unless you just know the kid is like a little liar. But that baby girl saw your husband and her mama napping on the couch, whatever napping entailed, okay? So that, for one, I'm like, okay, of course he's not going to admit it because they're not doing it in front of you. If they wanted you to know, they would do it in front of you. And as open-minded as you are, he ain't dumb enough to think that you'll be okay with him getting close up to your sister. Now, I don't understand why this even happens with siblings, because why? Ma'am. Like, that's your whole sister, her whole husband, and they let you in their home because they had a fire. It don't matter what her husband's doing, what he's saying, whatever. I don't understand what gets you to the point where you think that's something that's okay to do, right? So, yeah, no. Yeah, no. So, listen. When she confronted them after catching her sister in her wig, in her pajamas, with no robe on the couch, and the husband in the kitchen making mimosas, her sister was so overly offended, and she said she can't live like this, and she needs to move out ASAP. So she will be moving out as soon as possible. And I guess that's the best thing that can happen to you at this point. That's what you wanted. You wanted her out. But honestly, you need to get rid of your sister. And you need to get rid of your husband, because y'all open-mindedness and y'all openly sexual, whatever the hell you want to call it, that you were so proud of in the beginning of this letter, ain't working, obviously. So yeah, no. And yes, she's slept with your husband. Congratulations. You knew it, but you just need somebody else to tell you. So here's another person.